Hey guys, welcome back. Learn for Two podcast. Brandon DeVere here, and want to thank you for tuning in. As always, hope you're excited for the weekend. I am. I got a couple soccer games, and I'm going to my first ever quinceañera, so that should be fun. We'll see how that turns out, and then we're on to a day of football on Sunday. But hey guys, seriously, if you haven't checked out Clifford DuVernois' Path to 1 Million yet, definitely check it out. And it is Clifford DuVernois, which is spelled like DuVernois, so it's DuVernois. But if you get a chance, go check out his Facebook, or not his. Well, he does it on Facebook as well. He does a Facebook Live every morning at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. But he has it on there as well as his YouTube page, and go check that out. And his goal, the Path to 1 Million, is I've talked about him before, and he's a good friend of mine. But he has some great content, and it's really thought provoking the way he does it and the stuff that he does talk about. And his goal is his Path to 1 Million is he wants to put himself in a position where he's going to impact the lives of 1 million people based on his stories and trying to get make an impact on people's lives. So definitely check that out. But today, and Cliff, I promise I'm not trying to steal your topic today, but it really made me think a little bit today, especially with my son, as he's just started with football recently. But Cliff's topic today was what if, and that is he talks about how it is both a positive and a negative, depending on how you want to think about it. And it was really interesting to hear how he talked about it, and how if you say what if in a negative sense, is people will say, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? They're always worried about, the negative aspect of things, and they're concentrating on the outcomes that have a negative impact on them, and how it won't work out well. And also he talks about how people talk when they use it in a positive sense, that helps them put them in a position to create amazing things, because their thought is, what if I can do that? Wow. What if that could be done? And that kind of brings me back to Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I don't have right here. This is my challenge with books. I finally had to stop lending them out. If I'm going to give somebody a book now, I just go buy it for them on Amazon and send it to them wherever they're at, because I like to go back to my books. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking at my bookshelf right here, trying to find that. But that, along with a couple other books that I've lent out, have not made their way back to me, and then I forget who I let borrow them. But anyways, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, as I've talked about before, in that book, what I really took away, which is the same thing but just different words, is I can't versus how can I. When you say I can't, your mind shuts off. You're not, you just say I can't. You don't think of any other ideas to figure something out. Like, hey, I need to make $1,000 this month, an extra $1,000 this month. Well, I can't. Like, you don't figure it out. But if you go, how can I? You start getting like Gary Vee, and you go to a yard sale and buy a box of Matchbox cars for $40 and turn around and sell them. A couple of them are like $50 a piece. I don't know if anybody else has seen that video recently. But the same kind of thing, the what if negative and the I can't are like the same, and the what if positive and the how can I are kind of the same thing. And one thing, and it drives me crazy. And I've talked about, my dad having that what if on the negative side, and also translating into my son doing the same, where, we just signed him up for football a few weeks back. And he is, we go into his first game a couple weeks ago, and his question was, what if the ball hits me in the face? Why is that his question? What if the ball hits him in the face? It doesn't even happen yet. He's worrying about it. And, so I told him, so what if it happens? So what? It hits you in the face. We'll deal with it when we get there. Or what if the ball doesn't hit you in the face and you enjoy it and you love playing flag football and you want to keep playing? That's the positive side. And, Cliff also shares a pretty awesome story about in his episode today. I definitely, if you get a chance, go take a look at it. But an awesome story about how his grandparents met based on that what if type mentality, and it's a crazy story. But yeah, I mean the overall point of of this what if negative, what if positive is that you really have the opportunity to go into any situation and, what if I'm not going to like this? Well, you don't know that yet. What if you are going to love it? What if it's going to be the most amazing thing ever? So, I agree with Cliff. When you start wanting to create and put yourself into positive situations, go with that what if and say, what if Cliff is on he does his every single day. I only do mine Monday through Fridays, and occasionally I'll throw a Saturday in. But Cliff, he think he's on episode 131 or 132 or something like that. What if he never would have started? He didn't go, hey, well, what if nobody's going to like it? He didn't do that. He wouldn't be on 132 days straight of doing his video, his vlog. But he sat there and said, what if I could impact 1 million people? That's a way better what if to me than a what if no one's going to like it. Because I see the comments on there and the people, I follow him on Facebook, obviously, but I see a lot of the lives that he's touching, and it's, he said, what if I can impact 1 million people? And he's doing it. He's impacting tons of people daily as they tune in, and he's been committed and dedicated to bringing the content to people and impacting them with thought-provoking stuff. So appreciate you, Cliff. Thank you for one, being a friend, but also making me think about things that I normally maybe wouldn't have thought about. And again, didn't want to steal your topic today, but it really hit me today, especially dealing with my son and how he's nonstop bringing up that negative what if side, and I need to try and get that out of him, and I'm not really sure how. But what if he enjoys stuff more, instead of what if XYZ is going to happen in the negative. But all right, guys, you have a great weekend, and think a positive what if this weekend. What if this was the greatest weekend you've ever had? Think about that. Go into the weekend. I appreciate you guys as well, and hopefully enjoy your weekend. So have a great one.